home of the Cornhuskers. Cornhuskers will get us underway with the opening kickoff. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So Kentucky's offense will have the football first. Hopefully we'll see a performance today like the one that this guy had last week, but basically he just ran wild through the defense.
He made that defense look silly. Out in the open field, he was making people miss, breaking tackles, scoring touchdown after touchdown. This offense is vowed to find new ways to get him the football. So we're going to see something else that we haven't seen before because of this guy's unique talent in this one.
Yeah, and the defense, all eyes on him. That will be the main focus. More guys in the box. I wonder if it opens up the play-action game and the perimeter throws and maybe some big plays through the air because they know he is the man, he is the guy, he is priority number one.
Get him on the ground after a 4-yard run out to the 31. Kentucky right back to the line. Looking to pass. It's Bolden. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. The punt team makes its way onto the field. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. The Cornhuskers offense has the ball for the first time. And after that performance last week, Jesse, it'll be interesting to see if they can get the big tight end as involved as he was a week ago.
He really did, and he was good out. He was good down near the red zone. He's a matchup problem that you know this quarterback is going to be trying to find early in this game. The defense has to have a plan for him, David. It'll be interesting to see how they try to defend him.
Right, and that's the problem. It's so hard when your best playmaker is a tight end to plan for him because how you treat him is everything, and they can still run the football with him, and they can still throw it to him, and he's just a nightmare matchup, and you want to slow him down, like make some of those easy touches a little bit harder for him, but you know he's going to get hits.
And the Huskers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. The play-action fake, buying some time as he moves left. He's got it on the sideline. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
Reads it, fires complete. Let's talk for just a minute about Nebraska. At this point in the season, you're probably in if the playoff starts today, but it doesn't. A long way to go, and the margins will be extra thin from here on out.
No, because if the season ended today, you're basically right on the cusp outside of the top 5, so you need to keep winning. You need to keep the intensity up, playing with a sense of urgency. For the second half of the season, David, I think that's a massive key for this team.
Man, it's so hard with young kids, 17, 18, 19, 20 years old, to get them to continue to focus on the game in and game out, not the rankings, not down the road. That'll be the challenge down the stretch.
They'll try to pick it up on the ground. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short.
Not able to pick up that first down, David, but if I'm them, I'm going again right here on 4th.
Man, I think you knew that on 3rd and 2, short yard situation. You got it close to 4th and inches. Now we're going to get this first down.
4th down and inches, and you go read any book you want to, any analytical measure, and it will tell you, go for it. Needs it to keep this drive alive. There he goes. Touchdown, Nebraska. And Once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. An impressive run from the back. Gets him 6 points, a good drink of water, and maybe a little oxygen.
He definitely needs some oxygen after that long run, but it looks simple, right? Just hand the ball off, but when you can make big plays like this in the run game, man, does it make offense fun.
And he puts through the extra point. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Dropping back, it's Bowling. Finds his man. It's Washington. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4. Off play action. Throws for the tight end. Soft spot in the middle. And he's brought down after a nice gain. And the Wildcats moving quickly to the line.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
Inside the 35, knocked out of bounds. This offense with a big play, and they'll mark it at the 33. The Wildcats have it with a 1st and 10. They send the tight end in motion. Running back searching for a hole. Breaks into the open. Got the 1st down and still on his feet. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. D looks as if they're about to bring the heat. And this offense went right back to the well, and this time the defense made sure it ran dry. Now on the option. He'll do it himself. He'll toss it. Breaks the tackle. And a big play there on the option. The pitch was executed perfectly. And the Wildcats are threatening on 1st and goal. On the ground. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Kentucky. Looking for the tie with the extra point.
And the running back was not going to be denied on that play. He had a hole. He saw it. He put his foot in the ground, and that was Pater.
And they did tack on that extra point, but no problem. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. Makes the grab over the middle. Still running at the 40. Oh, he found a space on the right. The 20. Touchdown, Cornhuskers. And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching.
Big-time players make big plays in big games, man. It seems like each and every week when this guy has an opportunity in the end zone, he's coming up with the big one. That time, great job focusing and concentration. Defense not able to cover him. That's his now 10th receiving touchdown on the year.
He'll take the return, try to get better field position. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score, already down 14-7. And this one will be stopped for no gain. The Wildcats will hustle to the line.
And this offense gets nothing done on that play, but look at them. They're continuing to run this tempo. They want to try to do something to get a spark going to create a big play.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. Looking downfield, it's Bowling. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete. Kentucky sends out the punting unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Cradles it at the 35. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. They'll start this drive 60 yards in front of them from their own 40. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. On the move, he fires. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection. He had him open there, and I know this quarterback expects to make that throw.
It's a tough throw because, again, you got a couple steps on a guy.
Turning it on. Good pick up there as he gets the 1st down. They'll mark him at the 48. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo boosters.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw, too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advance it.
And he'll lose yardage on this play. Loses 2 yards. Great job by the defense.
Well, the offensive line had everybody blocked except the defensive end. He was able to sneak into the backfield and get the tackle for loss.
Starts to scramble to the left. Looking to take a shot. Pulls it in down the sideline. He wasn't far from taking it to the house, and that'll be the final play of the 1st quarter. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Nebraska is on top. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. So first down here as they go back to work. They'll try the run. Brought down after picking up 3 down to the 22.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
Already well within field goal range. Wonder how aggressive they'll be on third and long from the 22. Looking for a man. It's Kane. Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down. They'll have to settle for a field goal attempt. Right down the boulevard, it's good. And that will extend their lead even further. So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
Looks like a penalty on the kickoff as the ball goes out of bounds. Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. They're going to throw it to start the drive. With the sure hands, it's Fernandez. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. Second down, they'll go to the air. Works the middle of the field. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
With you coming into this game, if they throw completions and get first downs, that's when they like to change up the tempo and go fast. You're seeing it here.
Got him downfield. Oh, he's got some space. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Kentucky! When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, week to week, you just never know, which is why we're here with an update. UMass is in front. They've led for most of the way. However, Sam the Minuteman isn't exactly putting this one in the win column just yet. They're up by 4 over Florida Atlantic. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes, you'll see it right here.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Running to the left. Powers through the defender. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard.
Well, there's just nowhere to go for the runner on that last play. Just way too much penetration up front, and as a result, they lose yard.
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
And that is priority number 1 for defenses. Get to the quarterback, affect him, get hits on him. They do it right here, get their first sack of the game. Last game, by the way, last time out, they had 5. Let's see what this defense can continue to do.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, you'll need to push it downfield. He uncorks a bullet to the right. How about this senior picking up some yardage and making a nice play on that one? And they just want to give this guy a chance to make a play on third down, and more times than not, he is going to deliver.
And he's so good, so efficient, such a good route runner, got the speed, got the complete game. So you definitely want to highlight him, and especially on those downs that matter the most. If something's not open quick underneath, find him. He'll make those contested catches.
What a hit by the defender. That's a good throw, and that was going to be caught, but how about the defender dislodging the football from its intended target? Nice job.
This time he's got his man. Defense caught out of position, and they get him down finally at the 38. The Huskers have this offense rolling.
Man, this quarterback is having himself a day. Over 200 yards in the first half. It was hard enough for Palmer to get over 200 in a game, more or less in a first half.
They'll go back to the ground. There he goes. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down. The Cornhuskers come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll move the tight end. They're going to go right back to him on first down. Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Back to throw, it's King. Intercepted, big play, stops the drive. Bringing it back. The 40, past the 30. He's at the 10, touchdown Wildcats. The defense does the work itself with a pick six.
What an incredible individual effort by that big fella there. And, Dave, you know, it's funny. I've been hearing more and more about how these D linemen are the best athletes on the field. What do you think?
I present to you Exhibit A. Look at the big fella. Not only does he make the catch, okay, so I can be a DB, I can be a wide receiver, I can catch it. I got the ball in my hands. Guess what else I am? I'm a running back. I take that thing all the way back to the house. Exhibit A, the best athletes on the football field.
Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
The big fella, the tight end, the wide receiver in a tight end's body going up and making the catch.
They'll snap it on first down from the 35. Use the play fake, now to throw. He's going to fire to the left. Makes a grab for a big play.
And that is such an accurate throw. It's one thing to do it from the pocket when you have your feet set underneath you, but when you can get outside, off schedule, on the move, and throw a dart like that, that is just big time, and the offense gets a huge explosive play.
He's got an open man. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a 1st and goal from the 10. Timeout called by the defense is their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. This offense can get a jolt of momentum headed to the locker room if they can take the lead here. To the air, it's King. He's got him. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. Wants to adjust the pattern. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Throw to the end zone, it's picked off. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Looking downfield on first down. Back open in the middle. They'll immediately call timeout.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Looking to go up top and time's running out in the half. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down. Kentucky will be forced to punt. Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. Final seconds of the first half. Let's see if they can pull off a little magic. Wants to throw on first down. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. On the run, deep down the right side. He's got it on the outside. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Just enough time for one final play of the half. Back to throw, it's King. There's the pressure. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Man, a lot of ways to describe those first 2 quarters in Lincoln, but let's just go with notable.
Kentucky will boot it deep to get the second half underway. And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. They ought to have some confidence based on that first half performance, but they certainly can't let up in a game like this.
And I think this possession is really, really important. And I say that because they had a lot of success, but they're still losing because the defense can't stop anyone. They need to set the tone here in the second half.
And it's exactly that, David. You got to create momentum here early in the second half. You only do that by going out, marching the ball down the field, and scoring right away, trying to put pressure on the opposing offense.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage.
Breaks into the open. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yep, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Now rolling to the left. Slithers into space. He turns this into a nice game and gets down to avoid the hit.
Well, I think you're starting to see some examples of why this guy is inexperienced in a freshman quarterback, right? Obviously, he's thrown a couple picks earlier in the game. That scramble right there, he's got to get down. He's got to take care of himself and slide. Great job, nice athleticism, good decision to take off scrambling and help his offense, but you really are seeing his inexperience shine through here in this game.
And the Huskers are in the red zone. The lone back's got it. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Husker! And that one will give them the lead.
You know, this offense knew coming into the season it was so important for this guy to stay healthy. They needed him week in, week out because he plays at such a high level, and he's showing it here. That last carry was his 10th rushing touchdown of the season.
He'll start the return inside his 5. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. Another opportunity here. They had to punt it on their last possession, but this time tight game, hoping to get something on the board. Works his way ahead for 3. They'll spot it at the 18. Kentucky going quickly.
That wasn't a big game, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
Makes the grab on the left. Gets it out to the 27-yard line, and they'll move the chains for a first down.
And the offense showing off the short passing game, moving the sticks. Nice job, and look at them. They're right on the football, ready to capitalize on this momentum.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. We talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it going. And I'm surprised, but now what's your counterpunch? How are you going to get the ground game going? Because so far, not a lot of success.
Gives it to the back on the draw. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Kentucky sends out the punting unit. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. Pulls it in at the 25. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the Oak. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play. And
turning it on! Couldn't ask for much more there. A 1st down, and they're down to the 42.
And this QB has been on top of it. He's made good reads. You could tell, taking care of the football, put up a lot of yards. He's over 350 on the day now.
Steps to his left, out of the pocket. Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance.
Man, if I'm the offensive line, I got to do a better job initially protecting my quarterback. And then once he scrambles out that pocket, he starts to go to the left, I got to stick with the play because then he gets whacked at the end of the play. And instead of helping my quarterback up, I got to make sure I protect him a lot better moving forward.
The give to the back. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Back to pass, it's King. Working that left side now. They've got enough for the 1st down. They're in the red zone at the 20.
And it's on 3rd downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
Oh, he got loose. They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5.
Really nice run there. You've seen him do this a time and time again in this game so far. You've got the lead. We're way late in the 3rd quarter now. Not going to surprise me if they just keep leaning on this guy a little bit. Keep force-feeding him the football because he's looking really good.
And he'll be stopped for no gain on the final play of the 3rd quarter. 4th quarter is coming up. We've reached the break. It's Nebraska holding the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the 4th quarter. They love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. The run up the middle, looking for the score. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on 3rd down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on 3rd down.
They'll send the back in motion. On 3rd and goal, they'll try to throw it in. Touchdown, Nebraska! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And that is a drive and a score they absolutely had to have. Now making it a 2-possession game late in this one. It wasn't going to be enough to just play it safe, play it conservative, punt the ball away, and count on your defense. They were aggressive. They mixed it up, but getting that score, that is huge for their win probability now.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
Snagged in the middle. It's Fernandez. Coaches talk about running with violence, running with bad intentions. That's what that looks like as he gets it up to the 32. Back to throw. It's Boley. Got it in the middle. It's Fernandez. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's first down at the 38.
This is the moment for this offense to put a drive together. It doesn't matter what's happened up to the point of this game, but you're trailing right now. You've got to put some points up on the board. This is where all 11 guys need to be playing together as one.
Kentucky right back to the line.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
Got his man. Stop is made at the 44, but it's a 15-yard gain and a first down. This Kentucky offense really moving the ball quickly. Looking to throw on first down. Catch in the middle. It's Fernandez. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come open, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go fast. They want to crank up the tempo.
Defense there to make the stop after a pickup of 2 to the 30. Off the play fake. Gets it out quickly. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. Kentucky back at it with a fresh set of downs. And they're not quite in rhythm there. It's incomplete.
I love the quick decision the QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
Caught in the backfield, it's Patterson. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Man, what a really nice job by being disciplined by this defense. Like, understanding I'm trying to rush the passer, probably a passing situation type of a deal, but doing it with some discipline. They try to sneak the screen in. They were ready for it. Nice job by this defense.
Dropping back, it's Boley. A shot toward the end zone. And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down. And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. So after reviewing the undisputable video evidence, the replay booth has decided to overturn the call. Ready to try the point after. And with the extra point, they draw closer. It's 31-28. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Ball State is down, but they are not out of it. Not inside Schumann Stadium, one of the more fun places to watch a game in all of college football.
The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. They had to stand by and watch that scoring margin. Now it's up to them to find a way to answer it. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. Oh, he's got some space. They make the stop at the 41, but it's a 15-yard pickup, and they're rolling with a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll ride the hot hand. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
Well, this offense thinks that they have enough left in the tank here to run the football and run all the time off the clock. They got the lead late. Didn't get the first down on that last one, but it's not going to surprise anybody if they turn around and hand it off again here.
They'll leave it with the lone back. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. From the 36, a third down, and you wonder if they're willing to take 2 plays to get the first. Pulls and fires complete. He gets it so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
And after that completion, it's decision time now for the head coach. Do you kick a field goal, add to your lead, and make it more difficult on the opposing offense, or do you trust your quarterback to make one more big completion here and ice the game?
They're throwing for it on 4th down. And this will fall incomplete, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Nice job by the defense. Great pass defense, getting in the lanes, doing a really good job understanding they were going to throw the football on this 4th down. They played it well. Incomplete pass. Defense turns to offense.
Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Intercepted, and the defense is set up. Takes it the other way. And he's going to run all the way back. Touchdown, Cornhuskers.
You've got to be so careful as a quarterback throwing over the middle of the field with this linebacker. He is so good in coverage, reading the quarterback's eyes. He'll make you pay, and he did right there with that pick six.
And the extra point extends the lead to double figures at 10. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
So the kick goes out of bounds, and the ball will be placed at the 40 to start this drive. Dropping back, it's Boley. Fires to the middle. A strike downfield. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38. The upset's been bubbling all day. Now at a full-fledged boil. Guys, see if they can finish it off.
Can the underdog hold on? That's the big question right now. They've done so many positive things in this game, David, to put themselves in position to win, but this is the critical moment where your execution has got to be at its best.
And sometimes you start thinking now, and you start letting that clock tick, and you stop kind of playing carefree. Keep doing what you've done all day long to build the lead, finish this thing out, pull off the big upset.
Kentucky will come to the line with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. 2nd down, clock's running. D showing blitz, they might be bluffing. Wideout trying to get it in. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one. Wants to fire it in the end zone on 3rd and goal. Right through his hands. He had a touchdown and just didn't look the ball in. It'll be 4th down. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. Nestled just inside that right upright. This is now a 7-point game. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Just under a minute and a half to play, and to have a shot, you got to believe they have to recover this onside kick.
Well, they try to go onside kick, but that's why they're called the hands team. Great job recovering that ball.
And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. Guys, you want to be productive here and not go into a shell, but you've got to take care of the ball.
Yeah, and I think you say productive. He's productive at this point in the game is running the clock and getting first down. So, Jesse, I can expect this defense to be aggressive, way up near the line of scrimmage, bringing a bunch of bodies, trying to stop the run.
And that's why it puts a lot of pressure on an offense, David, because you know if you do try to throw the football, it's probably man coverage.
There he goes. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on first down. That's why a good running game is a coach's and quarterback's best friend when you're trying to put the lid on the game.
That's got to be demoralizing if you're the defense. You're trailing. You need to get the ball back. You got to get off the field, but you can't stop the run when they're going between the tackles. This defense is going to have to get a lot more physical, especially in the middle.
Leaves it with the running back. Some hard running there, but just too many defenders as he stopped for a loss.
When the offense gets in those multiple tight end looks, you kind of have a good understanding of what's coming. You don't know where the ball's going necessarily, but they'll put those big old bodies in there to block, to move people, to put more mass on the field, especially once you get in this red area where you have to be able to run the football effectively. Those passing windows tend to shrink a lot.
QB now has over 400 yards passing, guys, and you got to give everybody else in his supporting cast a ton of credit. Receivers, great job running routes, catching the football, and this offensive line has been outstanding, giving him time to throw.
Hand off from the gun. That will be the final play as they make the stop, and the clock has expired here. With the win today, they're now bowl eligible, and that's certainly worth celebrating.